What is racism? Where did it come from? Why does it still exist? And what can we do about it? These are the kinds of questions that may have led you to this book. These are also the kinds of questions that have inspired me as an educator, researcher, and sociologist. Over the course of my career, I have spent years studying racism and the struggle against racism in this country and in Europe as well. Before we jump in, let me properly introduce myself. I'm Dr. Crystal Marie Fleming, and throughout this book, I'll be your personal guide in unpacking the history and ongoing realities of racism. I was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and I'm now a professor and social scientist living in New York. And even though I'm African American and have spent many years studying issues of race, I did not know much about racism as a young person. In fact, it wasn't until I attended college that I really began to understand what racism means and how it operates. My amazing mother worked hard to make sure I believed I could do anything I set my mind to. For Mom, this meant shielding me from racist beliefs. But it also meant that I grew up almost entirely unaware that racism and other kinds of injustice shaped the world around us and our experience of it. I still remember the first time I consciously realized I was Black. I was in the second or third grade in elementary school. I had recently been admitted to the gifted and talented track because of my high achievement scores. One day, the teacher, a young white woman, called on me to read a passage from a book. When I finished reading, the teacher told the class that she liked how David, another kid in the class, and I pronounced the word unt. We both said it like unt instead of ant, like most of the other students. I looked at David and then looked at myself and realized that we both had brown skin. That was the first time I really thought about the fact that we were the only Black students in the class. And luckily, that realization was accompanied by a compliment, as the teacher told everyone that our way of saying unt was correct. Looking back on that moment, I remember feeling happy about having something in common with David, but I didn't know enough about racism at the time to question why there were only two of us in the gifted and talented track.